fragrance, I'm a G. But I'm giving out shots like them house free. Use my language, pardon me. Wanna see what I got, so they follow me. Yeah. So they follow me.
Yeah. Excuse my language, pardon me. Wanna see what I got, so they follow me. Like this to push out, we don't got a key. She throwing that at cause she gotta be on top of her game cause she wanna be on one, I'm on like she wanna me. You can feel me inside, girl, don't run from me. She say she feel safe when she under me. I can't trust a little shorty, a diva. Going up, they gon' need a new meter. I can't trust them, won't never believe them. I'm too sharp like we using a needle. Making hits like I run with the Beatles. Never bite the hand that'll feed you. They gon' let you burn, they won't feed you. Just don't leave me hanging when I need you.
Excuse my fragrance, I'm a G. It's that Bonabana with a hint of tree. I heard niggas plotting to follow me, but I'm giving out shots like them hollows free. Can't trust none of these hoes, it's one of me. When a link in the bio come with a fee. I came in here sticking my dungarees, cause I'm from round them blocks with a powder beat. That ass and show what's the policy, cause I'm about to put work in, you copy me? Her friends wanna fuck with a star. Well, them hoes gotta suck on the galaxy. Money and money I'm balancing. You find this whole attitude challenging. I told that bad bitch she got one time. After that she gon' need us some stamina, gone.
Excuse my language, pardon me. Wanna see what I got, so they follow me. Like this to push out, we don't got a key. She throwing that at cause she gotta be on top of her game cause she wanna be on one, I'm on like she wanna me. You can feel me inside, girl, don't run from me. She say she feel safe when she under me. I can't trust a little shorty, a diva. Going up, they gon' need a new meter. I can't trust them, won't never believe them. I'm too sharp like we using a needle. Making hits like I run with the Beatles. Never bite the hand that'll feed you. They gon' let you burn, they won't feed you. Just don't leave me hanging. They be scared of the pressure. Got my own back, cause I know for a fact I'ma come through. I be saying I'm blessed. She don't know whether or not if I'm really gon' come through. Hope you stand on them texts. I've been on grinding for so long. They hate to see me get my roll on. I've been grinding it for so long.
Excuse my fragrance.
Stop trying to be someone.
Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on, saying that I fell off.
He is laid out! Cross right there and an uppercut. That puts Bernard on the canvas.
Oh, what a left hook! What a finish! Oh my! That was devastating! What an impressive combination! He is laid out in brutal fashion! Absolute devastating! Dynamite power! It's over! One of the knockouts of the year!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. LH2 Promotions. My uncle throwing a boxing masterclass in Philadelphia, February 6th. Get your tickets. Follow the link in the description. If it's not there now, it's going to be there after the video. Y'all know the vibes. Make sure you tap in. The song you heard was Ghost Language on all streaming platforms. Myself featuring Ghosts. You know what I mean? It's been out for a couple years now. The streams is up for it, so I decided I should give it a play. A lot of people going back and listening to that one, man. So, in case you've been hiding under a rock, there's been a lot going on. A lot going on this morning that kind of caught my attention. I was going to do my due diligence and do a live stream a little later on this, but it seems to me that Jalen Hurts everything is an indictment on Jalen Hurts right now. The reason why McDaniels is appearing to go to the West Coast to be the offensive coordinator of the Chargers is because he doesn't want to coach Jalen Hurts. The reason why Daboll might be taking a job anywhere else is because he doesn't want to coach Jalen Hurts. According to the national media, this is what these guys are trying to spew right now. I got a problem with that. And it's not really so much the national media. It's Joe Jigglypuff and them dudes on WIP. They saying that this is an indictment of Jalen Hurts. But make it make sense. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this. Let's put this all the way in perspective. Was this an indictment Was this an indictment on Justin Herbert when Kellen Moore left to come coach Jalen Hurts? Nobody had that thought process in their mind. Kellen Moore stuck around for a year, rolled out, went to go coach Jalen Hurts in the offense, and actually won a Super Bowl doing it. Why couldn't Justin Herbert get Kellen Moore a head coaching job? Why? They threw the Bucks around. They threw Baker Mayfield. Is this not an indictment on Baker Mayfield? No, it just got to be an indictment on Jalen Hurts. They don't want to connect the simple dots. I wanted Mike McDaniel. They didn't want to connect the simple dots and say, well, this guy, his people from the West Coast. He was on the East Coast, but in the warmest place you can be on the East Coast, Florida, inside of a dome. Maybe the guy just don't want to be on the East Coast in the cold. Maybe. I think that McDaniel's decision to go to the West Coast was much more family-based than quarterback preference-based, but they don't want to connect those dots, though. And then after further review, why would I, even though I wanted McDaniel, this was my top guy, why would I honestly want a guy who ducking head coach smoke? I for sure thought he was going to be a head coach somewhere because people like him. People like him. They like him. He liked to wear his khakis and his capris on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? With his headset on. He liked to drive through the sunny city with his Bentley. He one of them people. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that in Philly. And in Philly, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold you accountable if things aren't looking good. He was taking the podium, giving a lot of excuses the last couple games he had in Miami. Let's call a spade a spade. Oh, and he never even won a playoff game, bro. Let's really connect the dots on this. He had Vic Fangio for a year. Vic said, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And Vic Fangio came to a place like Philly where it made more sense for him to come because of a family preference. His mom is in the area. Dude's peoples is from Cali, but they don't want to connect them dots. They want to strictly say it is an indictment on Jalen Hurts, and I think that's unfair. I think it's unfair. The biggest hurdle that you have to overcome with being the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles is the local media, man. It's the local media. It's not an indictment on the opioid popping suburban kids who egged Kevin Patullo's crib. It's not an indictment on them. It's an indictment on your Super Bowl MVP quarterback. I'm glad Mike McDaniel ain't come here. I'm going to tell you why. Because had Mike McDaniel come here, y'all, Mike McDaniel, the Philadelphia local media would have said Jalen Hurts has no excuse. As if he already didn't hoist the Lombardi. As if he already hasn't been in a Super Bowl before hoisting the Lombardi. They would have said he got no excuse now. What do you mean? We don't need excuses for him. The guy freaking won a Super Bowl already. You don't need an excuse for a guy who did it already. I just talked to Acho on Twitter about that. Acho responded. Saying that it's an indictment on Jalen Hurts is the easy way out. Now let's talk Daboll. Daboll is gaining interest for being a head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Why would he take an OC job anywhere? McDaniel turned down an offer from the Browns, I heard, to go be an OC. I don't want no dude that's ducking that type of smoke, man. I don't want no dude that's ducking that type of smoke. I respect Daboll if he want to take a Bills head coaching job. I respect that all the way. All the way. I would question if he want to win if he go be an OC for the Tennessee Titans. Why does the local media hate Jalen Hurts this much? Why do they hate him this much? We all knew that they ain't like him, especially WIP, Joe Jigglypuff and them. We already know they don't like him. But what's the hate about?
Job for the Los Angeles Chargers, and Brian, in the last 12 to 14 hours, Mike McDaniel has taken the offensive coordinator job for the Los Angeles Chargers, and Brian Daboll according to Diana Rossini, is either going to take the head coaching job in Buffalo, which is totally understandable, or the offensive coordinator job for Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. And yesterday, we talked through all this stuff, and I said, I don't think this is as attractive as a job as we think it is. And I listed like 5 or 6 things. But Hugh, sometimes the most obvious thing is the real thing. And it's pretty clear to me that this is an indictment on Jalen Hurts. That Mike McDaniel specifically last night chose coaching Justin Herbert over coaching Jalen Hurts.
Crazy. And this is what they want. This is what they want. Now they're saying McDaniel chose Herbert over Hurts. This is what they want, bro. Listen, man, in my opinion, Mike McDaniel need Jalen Hurts more than Jalen Hurts need Mike McDaniel. We don't need a Mike McDaniel type of guy to win the Super Bowl. We already did it. Justin Herbert is the one who ain't never won a damn playoff game. Now about to have an offensive coordinator who never won a damn playoff game as a head coach. That seems to be a match made in heaven over there. So I'm not cool with the way that Philly media has portrayed Jalen Hurts all season, and they continue to do it in the offseason. This is their bread and butter by trying to, what's going on, Cool Cat? What's going on, D-Lo? Everybody in the building? Worf, what's up, man? Worf said, coach is looking at us like, what's up with A.J. Brown? What's up with the O-line? And his head coaching going to override me. Also, they know the GM and owner runs everything, and the head coach is on the hot seat. I don't think a lot of that is the case. I don't think a lot of that is the case. And I think Nick Sirianni is getting a little disrespected as well too much in this, but that's a video for another day. But for these guys to come out here and say that these things are indictments on the man house was attacked by kids from the suburbs in New Jersey, not even Philadelphia residents. These guys that get on these shows are the same guys at their dinner tables at Thanksgiving and tell their friends from out of town how dangerous Philadelphia is. These ain't no real Philadelphians. These are guys from South Jersey who only come to Philly for the bagels and the game on Sunday. We got to keep it a bean. Some of these guys don't even embody what it is to be a Philadelphian, but they on the radio saying shit like this. I got a problem with that, man. I got a problem with that. I truly do. I think that Brian Daboll going to Buffalo is the best case scenario for us. I do. At the same time, I believe it leaves a disgruntled Joe Barry to go say, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And our best shot is to go get a Joe Barry. That's who I want to be the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I wanted McDaniel. I'm not going to act like I want McDaniel and Daboll. I just don't like how these guys are trying to twist it into a Herbert versus Hurts situation. A Herbert versus Hurts situation. If Herbert is so good, why do he need McDaniel? Josh Allen's so good, why do he need A.J. Brown? All these guys are so good. Why? Think about it. Why does the top candidates for the A.J. Brown sweepstakes, they're either the Ravens, they're the Baltimore, they're the Kansas City Chiefs, they're the San Francisco 49ers. All of these quarterbacks that they die on the sword saying better than Jalen Hurts, they want Jalen Hurts' weapons to go play for these other guys. Nobody not talking about him going to go play for, and I think it's in Tampa Bay too. Nobody talking about him going to go up there and team up with Shador. They're not talking about shit like that, man. They're not talking about shit like that. If Daboll went to Tennessee to take an offensive coordinating position, then that's because Daboll didn't really want to be an OC within the division. He just was a head coach in his division. Shit like that matters too. Why would I want to be an OC in the same division I was a head coach for in the same year after me getting fired? Why would I want that? Why? Robert Saleh was Robert Saleh, however you say his name, he was the head coach of the Jets. He went to go to the NFC to be a defensive coordinator. What on God's green earth make you think that he want to be an offensive coordinator and go see the team that fired him 2 times a year as the Eagles offensive coordinator? He was a head coach. And they just brought Harbaugh in the building. to replace him for record-breaking bag that he wasn't even getting. Why would he want to sit there and have that thrown in his face like that? They don't think cognitive, though. They just automatically say Daboll looked at Hurts and don't want to be there, don't want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So why hasn't Daboll and why hasn't McDaniel had success with Tua and Daniel Jones since they so much of great offensive minds? At least Daboll won a playoff game. But McDaniels couldn't win a playoff game with Waddle, Hill, Devin Achin, nice tight ends, Tua, who wasn't bad when he wasn't hurt. He lost his job because he couldn't get it done. And all of this blame that Nick Sirianni getting, it don't make no sense. People acting like as if the tandem of Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni has had one of the most impressive 5-year starts to any NFL pairing of head coach and quarterback. We can't listen to Joe Jigglypuff and these guys over here at WIP. They are anti-QB1. 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 He choose Herbert over Hurts. That's just, bro. And these Eagles players, A.J. Brown, Jordan Mailata, all you guys got to stop going up there and giving interviews to WIP. I understand it might be a contractual obligation, but the Philadelphia Eagles organization need to structure who we need to give our time to. It need to be people that support the organization. Why would you have a contract for players to have to give appearances on WIP? Because they donate so much to the Eagles? That's cool, but they're toxic in nature, man. They toxic in nature. They are toxic in nature. These guys are free to go report on whatever they want to go report on, bro. But trying to stir up controversy like Jalen Hurts ain't good. It's crazy when he got Shane Steichen an OC job. When he got Kellen Moore, I'm talking about a head coaching job. Kellen Moore and Shane Steichen have had head coaching jobs. Come on. There is no BS in the organization that's stopping these offensive coordinators from being great. You can't get me to believe that, bro. We've had a different offensive coordinator every single year for 6 years. Maybe that is not what makes us attractive. They don't think about that, though. This has been a turnstile. I think you got to go get a guy from college or something. You got to give a Bob Cooter a chance. These decisions have nothing to do with Hurts and Sirianni. Nobody wants to be under a headboard they don't believe in. I don't know what it got to do with. You know what I'm saying? But I think that makes sense. If you got to be an OC for a head coach you believe in, but they automatically jump to Hurts. We know that the player can win a Super Bowl. He's done it. So has the head coach. So in a way, you could be stubborn. Like you could learn something from being under Nick Sirianni and having Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. You might actually learn something, bro. We're talking about guys who ain't accomplished nothing, man. Daboll ain't accomplished shit as an OC or a head coach. He ain't accomplished nothing. Listen, man, if you don't want to be here, then that's fine. That's fine. But for our local media to run around here with their mouth all wet, making it seem like guys don't want to be here because they prefer a different quarterback is crazy. I'm not mad at Slowick or Cooter, Kirsten. I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. Anything is better than Kevin Patullo. But see, them badass kids, them grown-ass kids in South Jersey who got the same complexion as Joe Jigglypuff, they don't run around and say, well, maybe it's the fan base who acts an ass that makes this not an attractive destination. The man's house was egged. His house was egged by some suburban privileged kids. Nobody from the inner city of Philly did that. They don't talk about how toxic they are as a radio station. How they are Diana Rossini. They are quoting Diana Rossini, who's been on record for being wrong every goddamn week. Every week. She's been on record for being wrong. The only person that keeping a bean over there is Broads. He the only one. Everybody else got an agenda, bro. Everybody else that gets some camera time got an agenda. You know what I'm saying? WIP would never, bro. WIP would never answer the phone for me, man. I'm going to call. I'm going to see. Give me the number. I'll call and then I'll ask them why they hate Jalen Hurts so much. Why are they jumping to conclusions, making it seem like McDaniel choose Herbert over Hurts without having no concrete proof? Has McDaniel come out with a press conference and said this was a part of my decision? I had Philly. He never even considered Philly, bro. He wasn't in a war and had to make a tough decision. The man declined head coaching jobs to go be under Harbaugh. The Harbaugh who just got in the NFL. He declined a head coaching job to be under a name, bro. Under a name. Make it make sense. Y'all expect Daboll to want to come into the NFC East and be an OC. That's like asking Daboll to be the OC and be under Harbaugh now, the man that took his job. That's like asking Daboll to do that. So then when Daboll don't take the job in Tennessee and he take a head coaching job in Buffalo, do this narrative fall apart that he choose Cam Ward over Hurts? And if that's his preference to go be over there, bro, dude has been a loyal Giants head coach for years. Why would he want to take his talents to the ops? Why would he want to help us? They don't think like that, bro. They don't think like that. Just like I think it's a long shot that Christian Parker is the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. The job is the sweetest opportunity for an OC that wants to stake his claim on one of the best to ever do it. Come in, win, then become a head coach. It's very simple. I'll call up there. I don't know the number. I don't know when they take calls or whatever. But people want to blame Jalen Hurts. Cool, because it got to fit the narrative of what their quarterback can't do. Your quarterback never put you in one of these hats, bro. Jalen Hurts put me in this hat with a Super Bowl MVP performance. I'm not defending the Super Bowl MVP all offseason, bro. I'm simply going to tell idiots that your team didn't win the Super Bowl. Mine did with my quarterback. It's as simple as that. There's no pressure to succeed as being a Titans head coach, man, or a Titans offensive coordinator. You got time to screw up. You got to come in here and fix what's going on with the Eagles offense immediately. You got to come in here and be held accountable immediately. You got to come in here and do better than Kevin Patullo immediately. That's too much pressure for some of these guys who just lost their job. They don't want to have to perform immediately. They want to take the podium and they don't want to have to perform immediately. They don't. In Philly, everybody get a piece. Everybody get a time to interview during the week. The OC, special teams coordinator, defensive coordinator, everybody get a chance to talk. Every coordinator, Nick, Howie, everybody got to take that podium in Philly and answer to what's going on with their side of the ball. Very few can handle that type of pressure, bro, when you're on the brink of a Super Bowl. Very few can come to an organization that don't know nothing about missing the playoffs since their quarterback was installed as the starter. They don't. Didn't the Chargers just miss the playoffs, man? That's not a lot of pressure over there, man. Go ahead. And I got respect for Daboll if he go take a head coaching job, for sure. But to go be the OC for Cam Ward, you don't want no pressure if that's the case, bro. And it's not an indictment on Jalen Hurts. It's not. Somebody going to accept this OC job. And somebody going to get it through their head that I need to run the ball and install play action and throw some screens to Saquon. And this team will win 13 games and be back in the Super Bowl. Defense already in place. Nobody don't want to use cognitive thinking skills, man. They want to listen to dudes like Joe Jigglypuff, make up rumors, and draw conclusions. Until Mike McDaniel say, I didn't want to come to Philly because of Jalen Hurts, which he'll never say. You got to make it make sense on why these guys think that that's where they should always go with their skepticism and criticism. Make it make sense to me on why these guys think that that's the number one tool for them. That's what's driving their views. That's what's driving the car for them over there. It don't make sense to me, man. It don't. It never will make sense to me. It never will make sense to me. Miss Stovall, what up? Aaliyah, what up? It'll never make sense to me, man. But like I said, at the end of the day gonna end, and it's gonna end with the Eagles win. We're on the brink of winning in the division for the third straight year in a row. That shit don't happen in this division. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen in this division. I don't know what's going on with Cliff Kingsbury, but I'll consider Cliff. They don't like Hurts because he's not controversial. He was voted one leader in the NFL and 12th throughout all sports. He was voted the number one leader in the NFL. Where's that article? I saw something about that. What do you think of Zach Robinson? I like Zach Robinson. I got to look in more to him, but I'm not opposed to any of these guys, bro. I'm happy with anybody because all of these guys are better than Kevin Patullo. We need to find the right fit. McDaniel was never the fit for this place, bro. We're not with all that. We're not with all that shades on in the sunshine shit, bro. We're not with all of that, bro. We're not with all of that being funny and being clever in the press conference, bro. You better talk about business, bro. We're not with that, bro. Take that shit to LA. Take that shit to Miami. Go ahead so you can go on the beach and drink your Corona after a blowout. We not with that, bro. After you get blown out here as an OC, you better go to the damn drawing board and figure out what to do. We not with that, bro. We not with that. We not with that. So like I said, man, it is what it is, man. We're going to see how it pan out, man. More content coming this week, man. I want this OC thing wrapped up so we can get into the philosophy of the new guy. You know what I mean? I'm tired of hearing Joe Jigglypuff and these guys just talk nonsense about my quarterback, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. This video was brought to you by Sleeper, man. Big Sleeper in the building. Sleeper still running around here giving out free entry, man. Free $20, man. They still running around giving out free $20 when you deposit, man. But you already know that I'm matching up to 100% when you use my code LBSBMVP. Tap in with Sleeper, download the app, put some of that bag up, man. You know what I mean? Get some of that. The playoffs are still around. NBA season still got a little ways to go. It's around, man. Big Sleeper in the building, man. Y'all know the vibes, man.
Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Niggas never been on saying that I fell off. Product of that flip phone. My bitch got that shit on. You can't get a table. I know the chef down that Carbone. You tough, come get this tombstone. Polite, I got that root on. We came 3 deep. Pet boys, we got them tools on. How you compare to me? So pretentious when you can't get it. Same niggas when they do get it wanna act like they the man with it. You don't like me, be a man with it. When shit get deep, you gon' stand in it. Gun so big, kickstand with it. Be humble, bitch, use a fan with it. These niggas never been on